The draft planning process is a lot of fun. We're actually working across 3 different time zones at the moment. So I'm here in Sydney, Australia. We've got Matthew Mott over in the US, along with our analysts, Benji and Leah Polton will join us from the UK. We're joining today along with some of our players just to discuss, I suppose, the skill sets and the type of players who have registered for the draft. First one is around the top order bat option. Look at the batting group. Probably the biggest thing to point out is a lot of the top order batters have been aligned to clubs through pre-sign. So if you think about Hayley Matthews, Laura Woolvart, Nat Silver-Brunt, who hasn't been announced yet, but we're aware that she'll be going elsewhere. So that sort of takes some players off the table for us in terms of being able to target them at draft. And then there's a couple of others who have essentially been almost sort of promised a retention, but we still need to have a bit of a discussion about them, because if we want to call them out, then obviously we will. We've got that number 1 pick, and then it's up to the onus is on the club who has the rights to retain them on whether or not they'd like to do that.
Handy to hear from Pez and Ash on this stuff, because obviously we've been kicking it for a while. It'd be good to get some fresh perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously, when we spoke briefly, there was the option to what Hurricanes did last year, where they kind of called out everyone that they knew was going to be retained, to kind of get them not out of the way, but like get their names done. But I guess it's, if we're going to take that method, making sure that they kind of are the person that we do really want.
Basically, a lot of the clubs have used their pre-sign and sort of targeted sort of that top echelon of batters, which is fair enough, right?
Beautifully played, exquisite skills from the superstar.
From a WBBL perspective, the areas we're looking, or the skill sets that we're looking to bring into the club are probably strengthening our batting. So Elise Perry, she's been amazing at the top of the order for us, but just looking to add in a little bit more, I suppose, support to help complement both her and Elisa Healy at the top of the order. I think as well we'll probably look to maybe add some off-pace options to our squad. So Amelia Kerr and Ash Gardner are probably the 2 spin bowlers in our squad who do a fantastic job, but it's probably important to have one more just to have a bit of cover as well. That'll be a really big part of the conversation today. I think the great thing in having the players involved as well is they play so much cricket around the world. They've got some really great insight to add on the different players. We all watch a lot of cricket, but I think for them to add just a different perspective to the conversation is really valuable. Our men's team had a really good season last year, making their 7th consecutive final series. I think we played some really good cricket, but probably no secret towards the back end, losing a couple of our internationals and key players. We also had some players not around the squad due to the test match and those sorts of things. Availability will play a big key and be a priority for us this season. To have secured someone like Babar Azam for the duration of the tournament, including finals, we're really thrilled about, and we think is a great replacement for someone like James Vince. And then at the draft, we'll look to use that to really sort of complement the balance and skill set of our local talent. I think we've got a really strong local list, which is a bit of a blessing for the club. So, number 6 pick at draft, we might just have to wait and see what unfolds in front of us, but we'll have a pretty good and solid plan around where to pivot if we need to. Yeah, really excited to have signed Babar Azam.
Short one. Babar pulls it away for a 6 to finish a wonderful night for Pakistan. They destroy Australia by 9 wickets with 20.
He'll join the club for the duration of Big Bash this year. Look, he's a world-class talent. I think everyone who loves the game and follows the game would know his name. To have the opportunity to sign someone of his calibre, we're really excited about. For our playing group to also maybe have the opportunity to play alongside him and learn off one of the best players in the world is going to be just awesome, and also for our fans as well to pack the SCG and Coffs Harbour and just really enjoy seeing an elite group of players come together and put on a great show for everyone. In terms of how it came about, I think it was just, you know, in this situation when you're building up to draft, it's about being proactive and just having a look at what future tours are coming up. Pakistan cricket certainly has a break over the Big Bash, so we thought that was a good opportunity just to reach out and see, you know, who was going to be available from their side, and they've got some wonderful players available to play in the competition this year, and Babar is certainly right up there, and we're pretty thrilled that we were able to secure him. Oh look, I think being able to sign a player like Babar to the Big Bash is a huge statement. You know, we want to attract the best players in the world, and he's certainly one of those. You know, he's a player that has a really large following as well, right around the world. So we're hoping our fans will absolutely love the opportunity to come and watch him play. You know, I could imagine turning up to the SCG and, you know, having someone like Steve Smith and Babar in the same lineup. It's going to be hugely exciting, and yeah, can't wait for that moment later on this year. I think the biggest challenge on draft night, it'll be different for our two sides. So on the women's side, you know, we've got the luxury of that #1 pick. So I think we'll be able to control our own destiny in some respects. In the men's side, we will have to wait to see what unfolds before us. So we'll need to have I suppose, a couple of different strategies to pivot to, just depending on what different teams look to call. There's still 2 teams to select after us as well. So any right to retains might throw a bit of a spanner in the works, but we'll be well prepared for that. And yeah, still look to try and secure the best talent available.